Get on the flow. The nigga right here. Sing it. Hello. Hello. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Guess I'm gonna go post on Facebook that I'm live. I just ate a huge fucking salad. And I'm like super happy about that. I feel very refreshed. What's poppin'? What's poppin'? Can everybody hear me? Is it too soft? Is it too loud? Am I frozen? It's not frozen for me on my end. See if we can get through a live stream without getting a copyright strike. That'd be cool. I was thinking about getting some beer, but nah. We'll do a sober stream. It's cool. Getting an audio lag. Stream without getting a copyright. Yeah, I don't know. You can try refreshing it maybe. I'm like on the same page as you guys and it looks fine on my end. So I don't think it's my end that's messing up. What are you guys doing on Friday night? Or at least it's Friday night here. It's probably not Friday night for all of you, but that's what it is here. There's some cheese left on my plate after the salad I was eating. Whew. I don't know. Like usually on Friday nights when I stream, it's like a pregame stream before I go out. I'm not real sure if I'm actually gonna go out tonight though. We'll see though. How was the bar last Friday? Actually,
Are you still there?
like if you were watching the stream last time, you saw me drink a whole bottle of wine on stream. That turned out to not be a very good idea. Got pretty drunk by the end of the night. I mean, I made it home safe and everything, but uh, I was pretty drunk, and because I went to the bar and had a bunch of beer as well, um, and then the hangover the next day is pretty bad. But you know, that's just part of what happens sometimes. But at least not because I intentionally bought a wine with a higher than average alcohol content just so I can get a good pregame in. But that is probably not going to happen again. Oh, it's Christy. Well, I mean, I could go out. Usually, what determines if I go out is if I have a ride, and I don't think I have a ride. What kind of cheese? Cheddar cheese. Sharp cheddar cheese all day. And what kind of dressing? Ranch. The ranch dressing is the only dressing that I use usually. I mean, I like all the other kinds too, but I just feel like ranch is just better. Playing Hearthstone, watching C-SPAN, and getting informed on the Russia and Ukraine situation. That's what I'm talking about, man. Stay informed. I haven't been keeping up with current events as much lately because it's like depressing, usually. Are my friends showing up for the stream? As of yet, there are no plans of anyone coming, but anyone's welcome to come. I asked one of my friends to come, but he's not going to, apparently. Unless he comes like much later on. No, I ate a salad with a bunch of shit on it, including cheese and ranch dressing. I just made a huge fucking salad. I made it like I have this problem because you know when a salad has a whole bunch of shit in it, so you have to portion out each ingredient, and I always don't do it. I just put a bunch of everything, so I end up at the end with just a huge like salad mountain. But I'm okay with that because it's good. Keiko, you're free to come and stream with me if you want. Clarissa streamed with us last week, with me and Casey. Who are your favorite vloggers? Well, my hands down top two favorite vloggers are, well, if you count the Vlog Brothers as one, because that's one channel, but it's two dudes. But that's probably my favorite channel on YouTube, vlogger or otherwise. And I always say Nariman as well. Alex Day. Nariman is a British dude. He makes like really like my vlogs are always like really topical and scripted, but he just like gets in front of his camera and just tells you about his life. And he has a really interesting life, so that works for him. I have a very relatively uneventful life, so that probably wouldn't work for me. Although I'm gonna try to do like a video like that, where I just sort of talk about my life. But I have to pick and choose the interesting stuff because overall my life isn't that interesting. But yeah, Nariman, I just love his channel. I think he's a hilarious, brilliant person. Can you tell us about? Did you actually believe her when she said that it's a wig? Obviously, it's not a wig. Obviously, it's. Why would I wear a fucking? I guess if I wanted to like keep the character of the one janitor, and because one day I was thinking about this because I always say subscribe if you like my hair at the end of my videos, and I imagine that I probably won't have dreads for the rest of my life. So if I continue making videos, like one day that's gonna end probably. You learned what trolling meant last night. I figure you would have already known that one as much as we talk about it on Facebook. Do I identify as a nerd fighter? Not really. I mean, insofar as a nerd fighter is a fan of the Vlogbrothers, then yeah. But nerd fighters are like mostly like 14-year-old white girls, and they're like often like really like obsessively fangirlish, and that I don't really identify with that personally. But I'm definitely a fan of the Vlogbrothers, and I'm an OG fan. I've been watching them since like 2008. So, but I don't know. I actually didn't put croutons on it because I'm limiting my carb intake because I'm trying to lose a little bit of weight around
Are
the
you still
around the
there?
stomach because I've been working out and I'm trying to get real sexy. It's it. You're probably commenting too much, Christy. You can only comment so many times in a row, or is that not it? If that's not it, I don't know why it's not letting you. She just texted me saying that it's not letting her comment anymore. Is it letting everyone else comment? I've had okay, yes. Man, I hate how this dude like the comments get backed up and then it just sent like 20 comments. Oh, we got a donation. Anonymous has donated $10. Thank you for your donation. Um I guess anonymous means that you want to be remain anonymous. Usually when people donate, I let them pick a perk, which are listed in the description of the video. Um, but maybe if you're anonymous, you don't want to do that. So it's up to you. Okay. If you asked a question, just ask it again, and I'll try to get to it because the comments just move really fast, and I don't want to just get super behind on everything. So, who's Christy? Christy is my IRL friend, and I love her. How? That's a creepy tone. It's from Portal. How often do you tighten up your locks? Never. Sun chips are good. Can you tell us about the stuff on my wall? Like all of it? I can do that, I guess. It's gonna take a little bit of time, so I might miss a lot of comments. Um, well, I'll start from the top. The top, because I've actually done this before, but it's been a while since I've done it. All right, on the top left, right there, there. It's a poster for University of Alabama football Crimson Tide, Roll Tide. What is that from? 2011 National Football Champions. I went to University of Alabama and I'm a big Alabama fan, so that's that. Right below it is a painting that my friend Carter did. If you've been to some of the older live streams, or if you watched my video about why do girls wear bras, that's Carter. She's cool. And she painted that, and then she gave it to me. Right above that is a picture of me as a genie coming out of a can of High Life, which is appropriate. And she also painted that. And I actually commissioned that from her. I paid her for that. Right above that is a poster from Paper Mario, which is a really good game. And then to the right of that is a map of the world. And I think if you don't have a map of the world, you should get one. Right below that on the left is a picture of Jesus. I don't know if they do this everywhere, but like occasionally they mail you like a picture of Jesus, and it's supposed to be like a prayer rug, and you're supposed to like use it to pray and then like send it to somebody else. But I kept it because I thought it was funny. Next to that is a picture of the Avengers, I think. Oh no, it's just random Marvel characters. It's just a bunch of Marvel characters. At the bottom of that is a picture from my friend's band called A Four Notation. It's a poster. Can't really see. It's like basically like a astronaut superhero guy with a sword in his hand. The little small thing next to the Marvel characters is the insert from Gorillaz' second CD, Demon Days, which is the best one. Below that is a Picasso. I don't know what it's called, but it's a print of a Picasso. Next to that is a Andy Warhol quote that says, "I think everybody should like everybody." Below that, behind the fan, is it's a painting that my friend Katie gave to me, specifically to add to my collection. And it's just like it's sort of like neurons and something like that, or at least that's what it looks like. Above the Andy Warhol is a picture of Sierra, who is a R&B singer, if you don't know who that is, and she's really sexy, so I put a picture of her on my wall. Above that is a picture of Jay and Silent Bob, of whom I am a huge fan. Next to that is a Salvador Dali print. Below that is an insert from Ludacris's album Chicken and Beer, which is the best one. Below that is it is a poster created by Freddie Wong, who's a YouTuber. But it's a parody of Kanye West's video Power, except everything in the poster has to do with like drinking and getting drunk. So like you can't really probably tell, but in the middle is like a beer pong table, and then there's like people doing keg stands and shit. It's funny. Next to that is the Hulk, as you can probably tell. Above that is a self-portrait that I drew of me when I had short hair. I'm trying to move my head out the way. Next to the left of the Hulk is a poster of Mos Def. To the left of that is the insert from Gorillaz' first album, which is called Gorillaz, I think. And it's also good, but it's not better than Demon Days. Under that is a painting that I drew of my old friend named Candace, who I haven't seen in a long time. On the side of the wall, at the top, is a poster for Super Smash Bros. Brawl, which I used to play competitively, and I'm like really good at, and I'll like destroy you in. Under that is a drawing of me that I did a long time ago, and it says 2 mind erasers, please, on it. Obviously, you can't see that, but there was a time in my life where I was like really big into mind erasers because they're cheap, or at least the bar that I go to, they're cheap, and they get you drunk really quickly. But now they make me throw up almost instantly. So below that are 2 portraits that I drew of 2 of my friends. At the top right is another painting by Carter. It's just of a weird looking dude standing on top of the earth. And then below that is the poster for Iron Man 3 that they gave out when I went to see it in 3D. And that movie was lackluster. So that's all the posters. I think. And I missed a bunch of comments while doing that, but it looks like you guys were having a conversation amongst yourselves, so that's cool. Oh, did you get the periodic table? Awesome. Yeah, I can't do mind races anymore. Like I can't even do one when I'm sober. They're just so gross. And I think it's a mental thing as well. Like it's really easy to psych yourself out of a drink. Michelle's donated $5. You're the bee's knees. Sorry for doubting. Thank you so much. So you can pick a donation perk if you like. Let me make sure I read the whole, because sometimes the whole message doesn't show because there's not enough room. Yeah, sorry for doubting your hair. Follow me on Instagram if you have one. Michelle Skywalker. I will follow you on Instagram. That's one of the donation perks, is that I will follow you on the social media of your choice. And that's actually a good one because I actually don't promote my Instagram that much. So a lot of people don't know that I even have one. Yeah. Yeah, no, mind razors with Sprite are a little bit better, but they're still really gross. How many of us do you actually know on here? I think you're the only person currently in the chat that I know in real life. But sometimes other people come. I'll go ahead and add you because I'm going to forget if I don't do it now. Honestly, not a huge fan of the sauce. Yeah, it's a lot of people aren't into it. I made a video about drinking, and I got a lot of comments that were like, I don't like drinking at all, and that's fine. It's not. I feel like you're not. It's not like you're missing that much, really. The main benefit of drinking is the social aspect of it, and it really helps people that want to be social accomplish that. But other than that, it's just a thing. It's just another thing that you can do or not do. No biggie. Yeah, I get told a lot that I look like the character from Walking Dead. I don't watch The Walking Dead, but I assume it's just because it's another black person with dreads. That that's usually how it goes. Pretty much most black people with dreads, I have been told that I look like. Most black famous people with dreads or have had dreads. From Tony's donated $1. Thank you. I'm low on funds, but I got $1 for you. Awesome. Dude, it doesn't matter. That's fine. It's appreciated just as much. And you can select a perk, a donation perk. If I painted you and sent it to you, would it get a place on your wall? Possibly. As you can see, I'm running out of room on the back wall there. I might just uh, move some stuff out the way. I just realized there's a bunch of clothes on my bed. That's unsightly. I think my entire room is unsightly though, so whatever. I'm actually probably, well, I don't know. It depends on how the funds are looking, but I've been looking into getting a PO box so that people can actually send me stuff, because a lot of people act have asked me, can they send me stuff, and I probably will. I've been looking to get a PO box. They're actually not that expensive. They're less expensive than I thought they'd be. So, do all white people with dreads look alike to you? No. I don't know that many white people with dreads though. I think dreads are just sort of a a novelty. There's like not that many people with dreads, so whenever like two people have dreads, it's like, hey, you guys both have dreads. That's noteworthy. Yeah. No sheets, no pillowcases. I hate pillowcases. I might put it. I don't know. I might put a sheet on my bed, but I don't know. I'm not sold on pillowcases. I do need to. I probably need to like get new pillows though. When I was younger, the kids in my class said I looked like the mother from That's So Raven, the mother with the two children in Medea's family reunion, just because my hair was twisted like theirs. Oh yeah, the mother from That's So Raven. Big Back has donated $5. Love the hair. Follow me on Facebook, please. Okay, you have to tell me where that is. Uh, did From Tony? Who's From Tony? You forgot the T in Kevbot. Well, no, It can be Kevbo or Kevbot. I decided to go with Kevbo this time. I guess that there. I usually title it "Chillin with Kevbot" though, so I guess that's why. But I just decided to go with Kevbo this time. I like that I forgot her name. Takia Crystal Kama, I think is her name. The lady who plays the mother on That's So Raven. I just think it's funny that that's what she's known for now, because I will always know her because she was a cast member on In Living Color, and that was like one of my favorite shows when I was growing up. And it's just funny because that was such a completely different thing than That's So Raven. So that's pretty funny to me. Is Big Beck the Facebook? Is that the Facebook name, or you have to tell me where it is? You stream at work. It says please stand by. I guess he probably can't hear me then. I don't know what to do about that. People think I look like Sarah Palin and Tina Fey and Lisa. Well, maybe it's the same. Maybe it's the same for everybody. Everybody just thinks everybody looks alike. I bet it's like super bad for Asian people. Especially because Asian people, or at least from what I understand, they don't like, for example, Japanese people don't like being confused for Chinese people. And like, Chinese people don't like being confused for Korean people, which happens all the time, I'm sure. Especially if they live in America. Yeah, my wife and kids, that's another thing because both of those, that's the one with Damon Wayans, right? And Damon Wayans was on In Living Color, and Tisha Campbell was on Martin, and that's how I will always remember them. But that's just how it goes. You remember things, from your childhood. Different people, like whenever I see Jake Gyllenhaal, I automatically think Donnie Darko, and that's probably never gonna leave my brain. Like I just always see that little dorky Donnie Darko kid. What's up? I look like your mom? Is that is that a real thing? I want to meet your mom. She seems funny, and like both your parents seem funny. I want to meet them. If you actually like take a bunch of like Japanese people and put them together, and then take a bunch of Chinese people and put them together, and like a bunch of Korean people and put them together, you can sort of see that they do look different from each other, though. Sort of like if you take like you know African American people and put them all together, and then Hispanic black people and put them all together, and then like Australian black people and put them all together, you can tell that they do look different. Am I going to continue one word a day? Um, Probably in the future, but not right now.
Are you still
Basically, what was happening. Basically, what was happening was I felt like I was taking because it that actually ended up being a whole lot of work because I had to do it every day, and I wasn't really. I feel like I wasn't putting enough effort into it just because I had to just keep cranking it out every day. And it was also distracting or detracting me from building my main channel, which is like my main goal right now. But once I get to a point where, my main channel has a pretty consistent base, and especially if I can get to the point where I can like hire people to help me and stuff, then I'll be doing all kind of shit, including that. Yeah, I did. I actually, it's pretty funny because I pretty much got to the climax of the story and didn't finish it. That. I apologize for that. Um, I think it's about time to change my notification tone though. No, Casey is not here today. I don't know what he's doing. It's actually raining here as well. I don't know how hard it's raining. I just hear it. See, one word a week, that would be. I feel like that would just not even be worth it. Like, why would you wait a week for like a 8-second video? I feel like it has to be daily or several times a week at least. play any ESO? Is that Elder Scrolls Online beta? No, I have not played it. I'm not very interested in playing it actually because I don't like the Elder Scrolls games. Do I have any? Do I have any pets? My roommate has 2 cats and they're both pretty annoying. Love the Hulk thing T-shirt. Oh yeah, no, this is like a lot of characters. The Hulk, the Thing, Iron Man, Silver Surfer, Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Captain America. I think that's all of them. Yeah, I like Marvel characters. I have lots of Marvel related things. Shout out to Haley and Mandy, please. Hello, Haley and Mandy. Couldn't you make 7 in a 2-day span? Yeah, I could, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it just ended up being, a lot of work when I could be doing other stuff. And I'm already like pretty bad with procrastinating, especially especially procrastinating on things that like aren't really, like the videos didn't get that many views, so it's like is it really worth the amount of time that I'm putting into it? I don't know. Take your shirt off. No, not yet. I've been working out a whole lot though, and I'm about to get like super sexy. At which point I probably just will stop wearing shirts altogether. But I've been getting a little bit of gains. My chest is starting to look a little bit sexy. Just saying. I still got a little bit of weight down at the love handles that I need to get rid of. My favorite Avenger is probably Thor now. Ever since I watched the Avengers movie, I'm just like a super big Thor fan. What do you consider good and what do you consider bad? I don't know what the context of that is. Maybe are you referring to something I said earlier? There's a delay in the chat, so sometimes when you make questions without context, I won't remember what we were talking about. Take your shirt off and the wig. Your chest is starting to look sexy too. Well, I never thought that your chest was not sexy. But that's just me. That's just me though. Why are they called love handles? I assume because there's something to grab onto when you have sex. I could be wrong though. Which is actually a decent function of them. Excuse me. Put them on your main channel. As long as they're under 4 minutes, people will like it. Yeah, that's just such a huge deviation from what's on my channel already. So I don't know about all that. Although I was thinking about adding more different kinds of content to my channel. In particular, gaming content. I don't know if that's a good idea though. Like I feel like some people are like, what the fuck is this? I didn't subscribe to watch video games. But the way YouTube works now is, it's not about like you having a channel and it's just about the videos. It's about the individual videos now. So like you can make playlists and people can just subscribe to those playlists, or they see you made a video, and you can just watch the ones that you want to watch and watch the ones you don't, and not watch the ones you don't want to watch. So, is it a coincidence that there was a question about Tupac being alive right before a question about Elvis being alive? Of course, that's crazy. Both of them are dead, though. Obviously, I'm pretty sure both of their corpses were. There's like photos of both of their corpses, as well as their burial sites. I got a question. So I get in religious debate sometimes, and it's usually an uphill battle. Everyone against me. Do you have any good ways to debate well? Don't debate. Don't debate religious people. That's the best way to deal with that. Don't debate religious people unless you are prepared to not have a productive debate, because that's just the nature of religion and religious debate. I'd watch you play video games. Cool. Well, you can. I have a twitch.tv channel where I stream video games all the time. Twitch.tv/1Janitor. You should go follow it. As far as I know, none of my friends are coming to this live stream. Any more death conspiracies? What was that? Have I had any weird dreams lately? Not that I can remember. I mean, I feel like I don't dream as much as I used to, or at least I don't remember my dreams as much as I used to. But I have like dreams all the time, I guess. But I just don't. I never remember them. Like I forget them like 2 seconds after I wake up. Oh, was Tupac cremated? I know they photographed his corpse, but I guess he didn't have a burial site if he's cremated. I know Elvis does though. I don't know if gaming usually kills channels. Is there an example of a channel that has been killed by gaming content? I don't intend to just overload my channel with video games, but we'll see. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I've just thrown stuff. I'm at the phase in my YouTube career where I'm just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. I don't know how everything works, and it's hard to find out how everything works without just trying shit, because it's hard to like contact people who already know what they're doing. So you just gotta figure it out. Do you have an occupation? My occupation is internet guy. If I come to Alabama and knock on your door, would you answer? Probably not, because that's weird. Especially if you somehow found my address without me telling you. That's like liable to get the police called on you. What does XDD mean? Just the innocence with which you like how you've been on the internet so long and just still don't know like what trolling is and what XD is a face, like a smiley, and it's like if you look at just XD, it's like, you know, a laughing face. You might know that already. And just adding extra D's is just like an exaggeration of that. Last night I had a dream about going to some campus for an event. My gray body hairs were growing back really fast, and there were some sort of ghosts. The TSA were being awful, unprofessional bitches. The fuck? Have I tried lucid dreaming? No, I've never tried to do that before. I've never had a lucid dream before either. I mean, I think the word a day is a good idea, but until I can make that worth the time it takes to do it, then I probably won't do it. But once I can, then I'll definitely do it. And I don't know if gaming is easier to pull off. Um, I feel like people underestimate the effort it takes to make a good gaming video. I don't know, Chrissy. I have a lot of. I don't know if there's any in the stream, but I have some viewers that are like in the 50s and 60s. A lucid dream is a dream in which you know you are dreaming and can control yourself during the dream, even though you know you're dreaming. Some people have them all the time, and then there are techniques to induce it and make it happen, which is cool. And since you're in the dream and you understand you're in a dream, you can usually make whatever you want to happen happen. Apparently, certain things are easier to make happen than other things, but it's like one of those things that takes practice and technique and stuff. It's Jake. I'm on your TV right now. It's really weird. What's a gilf? Are you serious, Christy? Are you trolling right now? Are you trolling? Have you been trolling this whole time? JP Murdoch, are you leaving? Or did somebody else? Well, thanks for coming.
Are you still there?
Have you ever had sleep paralysis? Yeah, I have. It is pretty scary. But I don't know, it's really weird. Like I have dreams all the time where I think I've woken up but I haven't. Like that happens to me probably more than most people, and that I don't like it. But there's there's whole books and websites about how to make yourself lucid dream. Um, I've looked into it, but I have never actually tried it. I don't suppose that I'm that curious about trying it. I mean, it would be cool. There's a guy named Nimrod Z. He's a retard troll. What does that mean? Check out his channel. You'll laugh. What's your type of music you're into? I mean, I like everything. I listen to a lot of hip hop, and I listen to a lot of old classic rock, and that's mostly what I listen to. But in terms of just what I like, I just pretty much everything except like super grunty, growly death metal type music. I've never really been able to get into that kind of stuff, but most stuff I can get into. What is your favorite Pokemon and why? My I don't know that much about Pokemon, but uh, based on the little that I do know, my favorite is Scyther, and that's only because that's one of the episodes of the Pokemon anime that I watched. Is when he encountered Scyther, and I just liked the way that it sounded. It was like Scyther, Scyther. And I thought that was funny, and I thought he looked cool as well. He's got like fucking, he's like a grasshopper, kinda. So is he serious? Because if he's serious, then he's not actually a troll. He's just like crazy. Although that is Poe's law, I believe it's called, is in any like if you don't specifically say that you're joking, no one will know. Like if it's any sufficiently, how does it go? Any sufficiently advanced troll is indistinguishable from a real crazy person or something like that. Who is your favorite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, and why is it Raphael? Raphael is actually probably my least favorite. Such a bitch, dude. He's such a diva. I feel like growing up, my favorite was Donatello because I felt like I identified the most with him. Just because he was a smart guy. He was like the rational, smart person. But now I like Michelangelo better because he's just all about having fun and you know just taking it easy and making the most out of your life. So that's why I like Michelangelo more now. Does it weird you out that people could be watching you while they're on the toilet? That doesn't really weird me out in particular. I encourage you to watch me everywhere, including the toilet. That's similar to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles question. Is similar to people were asking me what Hogwarts house I was in, and I don't know shit about Harry Potter, but just based on the descriptions, I always thought I was a Ravenclaw, just because they're supposed to be like the smart, analytical, rational people. But then I thought about it and talked to people, and I discovered that I'm probably actually a Hufflepuff, which apparently I think Hufflepuff is getting more of a better name now, but that it used to be the one that nobody wanted to be. But it's the one that seems to appeal to me the most now. I'm sure it can get much weirder than that. I haven't had any like super weird things happen yet. I don't think. I've had a few people like become a little bit stalkerish, but nothing that was like actually scary. But I'm sure that'll happen as I grow. It's inevitable. I've taken many sorting tests, and they like always want to give me Gryffindor, and I don't think that is correct. I don't know if well shit. I mean, I feel like I get to pick. But I know I'm not a Gryffindor because I would not be hanging out with fucking Harry Potter and Hermione. I fucking hate those kids. What house would you be in, Christy? Let's see. You're probably a Hufflepuff too. I think you're a Hufflepuff, Christy. You're definitely not. I don't think you're a Slytherin, and you're definitely not a Ravenclaw. So either Hufflepuff or Gryffindor. And this is coming from me, who doesn't know shit about Harry Potter. This is just based on lots of Tumblr posts and and just reading like the Harry Potter wiki. So, but I like the idea of the four houses because it's based on, it's based on the same thing as the Ninja Turtles are based on. Almost every time there's a group of four, they always have the same four characteristics. There's always like the brave, courageous leader type people, the smart, analytical people, like the sort of foolhardy but kind-hearted but sort of like reckless people, and then there's like the diva or like you know the person with a little bit of a dark side who could still be cool but still kind of a dark side. Like every time there's a group of four, there's always those four. They Cracked After Hours did a whole episode about that. You should watch it because that's the best web show on the internet. And they were talking about like groups of four, like the Fantastic Four. They have that. The Thing would be Slytherin. Johnny Storm would be Hufflepuff. Sue Storm would be Gryffindor, and Miss Fantastic would be Ravenclaw. All right, see you later, Devin. Or like, I don't know. Pottermore gave me Gryffindor, but I don't agree with that. And I took another test that gave me Gryffindor too. So I don't know. I don't like it. See you later, Michelle. I just know I'm not a Gryffindor because I would not be doing any of the shit that the Gryffindors in the book was doing. Like I wouldn't be. I would be like, no, fuck you guys. I'm chilling. Tumblr is weird. I can't really deal with Tumblr. I actually started limiting my time on Tumblr because it was starting to like stress me out. There's just like a bunch of crazy people on Tumblr. Got my water. Did you know that there's never been a day in history where no one in the world has gotten rain? Is that right? I could believe that. I didn't know that though, but I believe it. But the whole like Hufflepuff and Michelangelo thing, I've grown older, I still think being smart and intelligent is good and useful, but I'm much less likely to I it's like falling lower and lower on my list of things that make you a good person. Like I'm starting to think that being smart is like not actually. It's like it's good, but I don't think it's like what makes you a good person. And I value it much less than other things like being honest and being kind and stuff like that. That's not how I was in high school. Like in high school, I felt like stupid people needed to be removed from the face of the earth. And I know a lot of people that still feel that way, but I don't feel that way anymore. Also, the way your clothes are situated on your bed looks like a skeptical man with a blue turban and a beard. I see what you're saying. That's pretty funny. Damn, that's pretty. Whoa, that's crazy. I feel like I should draw that or something. After this video gets saved, I'm gonna freeze frame it and draw it. I'm kind of stupid. I'd like to not be removed from Earth. I like it here. Yeah, I know lots of people that aren't stereotypically smart that I think are fantastic people. So that's one of the reasons why I'm like, yeah, being smart is cool, but it's not required to be a person. What? What was your favorite game from your childhood? Like video game or other type of game? From my childhood? Well, well, when I was one of the first video games, if we're talking video games, that like really just made me fall in love with video games was Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past on the Super Nintendo. That game is so good, and I've actually I meant to finish playing that. I started playing that on Twitch actually, and I'm probably gonna play that again maybe next week. I should. Will I name him after you? Um, sure. Didn't really look like a Christie. I'll name him Keiko. Kaka. Keiko. That sounds more like something that a guy in a turban might be named. I don't know if that was an offensive joke. Do I have a favorite childhood movie? Rush Hour. When did that come out? Was I still a child when that came out? I think I was. I was a teenager at least. But yeah, I've seen Rush Hour like 800 times. I haven't seen it in a while, but for a minute there, I could like quote that movie from beginning to end. It's like the funniest movie. You know how you like watch a movie so many times, especially if it's a comedy movie. You watch a movie, and then you start like seeing stuff that's not supposed to be funny, but it's still funny. Like just little like mannerisms or like serious lines that are funny to you. That's how that movie is for me. What are the top traits that define a good person for you then? That's interesting because that's the thing that I've actually sat and thought about a lot, a long time and a lot, and I actually came up with what I think are probably like the only things that I would recommend all people have. And I even made a acronym for it. I made a video about it a couple years ago. It's not that good a video, but it's Hako, Hako. Honesty, open minded, kind, and assertive. And I feel like if you have all four of those, then you're doing pretty good. And I would you note that smartness or intelligence or wit or cleverness or talent is not part of that, and that's intentional. I think his sunglasses are hanging around his chin neck area. See, I was seeing him as having like a beard, like a goatee and a beard. When you were a child, what did you think about the economic boom of the 90s and did you foresee its downfall? That sounds like a troll question because obviously that's not something I was thinking about when I was a kid. People ask me what my favorite video I've made is, and that's really hard to say because I think all of my old videos are bad and I try to make the new one a little better somehow. So generally, the latest one is my favorite, even if it isn't the best. But usually, the latest one I think is better than the others, just because it's new. And then eventually, I'll eventually think that one's bad too. Yeah, a lot of people seem to question the assertive part of that, but I think that being passive is like it's just doing yourself a disservice and doing other people a disservice. It takes assertiveness to make good things happen in the world. So that's why I think it's like part of being a good person is being assertive. Like you have to be an active member of society. You can't just stand back and watch shit happen. You have to make shit happen both for yourself and for other people. Do I have any awesome sunglasses? Not really. I'm not a fan of sunglasses. I think sunglasses make you look douchey. That's just my opinion. I don't like sunglasses and I don't really like when people wear sunglasses. Kevin, I don't think I've ever seen you in daylight. Well, you saw me when we used to play wiffle ball. That was in daylight. But other than that, I don't know. But that's fine. We should hang out in daylight then. I don't generally leave my house in daylight, so not many people have seen me in daylight. We could have hung out more, but you like up and moved to Colorado for like a year. And that's like when I like actually started talking to you a lot on the internet. But I guess you've been back long enough for us to have hung out in daylight before. So maybe that's my B. I just like I just sleep all day and then get on the internet and then maybe go to the bar and that's like my life. Oh yeah, I did it backwards. I did the before the A, my bad. It's Heiko. Hoka? What sounds better? Hoka or Heiko? I think Heiko sounds better. Honest, assertive, kind, open minded. Would you say you're a city person or a country person? I'm definitely a city person. I live in the city, or at least as much of a city as Birmingham, Alabama is. And I like technology, and I like indoors, and I like air conditioning. So I'm definitely not a country person. But I feel like I should do more outdoorsy stuff. Because actually, most people I know like doing outdoorsy stuff, like fucking hiking and swimming and shit. And I don't really normally do stuff like that. But and that's probably why a lot of people haven't seen me in the daylight, because I don't do shit like that. And there's like not that much to do in the daylight, besides stuff like that. I mean, I guess you could just like go to a restaurant or something. That gets old, I guess. But I should do more stuff. I should do more stuff. Do I have a favorite artist or work of art? Is it Carter? I mean, of the people that I know, I actually really like Carter's style. It's like really, it's like, I don't know. It's like creepy to me, but like in a good way. Have I ever gotten into a physical fight? Not really a full fledged fight. I found out pretty. Uh, I don't know. Somebody just walked by my window, but I found out relatively early in my adolescence how to not piss people off. For the most part, how to not piss people enough to want to fight me. um, I've been like punched in the face before, like once. I've fought my brother. Does that count? I've gotten many fights with my brothers all the time. I feel like that doesn't count though, because that's just gonna happen anyway. But in terms of other people, the only thing close to a fight that's ever happened to me was this dude. This girl was like flirting with me, and I was like talking to her, and then I guess her boyfriend was there or came, and he got mad and he punched me in the face, and I just ran away. I think, cause fuck that, man. That's another thing I realized earlier, is that that's just like a waste of fucking time. Fighting, like, I think fighting is like the most fucking stupid thing possible. Like, that's like one of the dumbest things that human beings do. And I mean, it's gonna happen when you're a kid, I guess. But I sort of figured that out early, and also I just didn't want to get hurt. That getting hurt sucks. But if fighting with my brothers count, then yeah, I've had many fights with my brothers growing up. I think it's probably not possible to have siblings and not fight with them at some point. Like, to grow up with siblings, it's not possible. But that would be it. And I don't know if I would have been, because I'm the oldest among my siblings, and I wonder if I would have been less willing to fight them if I wasn't the oldest. And my brother, like, my middle, like, I have two brothers, and the oldest of my two brothers is like, he was just a little, like, smart ass. Like, he intentionally provoked you, and that's why I just fought him all the time. He's still kind of a smart aleck, but it's more of a funny thing now than a annoying thing. My cousin got into a fight like a couple days ago and got his eyebrow split the fuck up. I guess that's not funny. I don't know why I laughed, but it's just, that's what I'm saying. Like, fighting is just crazy. Especially, like, I think it's for kids and stuff. That's just gonna happen because kids are dumb. But it's even more dumb when adults fight. It's like, what are you doing with your life, bro? For real? I grew up with foster sisters, and one time they tied me up and took me into the basement and told me they'd kill me if I screamed. Well, fuck, dude. No wonder you're so fucked up. Just kidding. Sorta. No, that's like legit. That's more than fighting. That's like maniacal fucking sadism right there, dude. Yeah, I don't even know what to say about that, man. It's a bit much. I've never had anything like that crazy, I don't think. I had one dude threaten to fight me at the bar one time, but he didn't do anything. I think he was just being like a drunk asshole because he like apologized like a couple weeks later. See, you might be in Birmingham tomorrow with Carter. Yeah, y'all hit me up if y'all are around. I'll be here. I ain't going nowhere. I haven't decided how long I'm gonna stream. I don't know. Like I usually stream until, because on Fridays I usually stream before going out, and I go out like fucking midnight or something, or even later than that sometimes. I don't know if I'm gonna stream all the way to midnight though. Unless it just stays lively that long, you know. My sister would fight me because she knew she'd get away with it. I was always at fault because she was female. Yeah, I can't imagine. That's sort of it's not. It was not exactly the same thing, but it's sort of like that with my younger brother. Because even if the fact that we're both boys or whatever, you're the oldest, you're supposed to know better. It's like, man, he was fucking with me, dude. What the fuck you want me to do? When I was 4 at the playground, a mental preaching almost raped me. You guys are getting real right now. Sheesh. I used to get hit by girls a lot in middle school. Not a lot, but I specifically remember, like one time this girl in middle school, she just walked up and punched me in the stomach for no reason. Like literally no reason. She punched me in the stomach as hard as she could and then just walked away. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Middle school was fucking terrible, dude. Kids were just fucking assholes. I've heard a lot of people corroborate this, but for me, middle school was like by far the worst period of my life, pretty much. He told you to suck his balls. I don't know if he's trolling. He might be telling a real story. What do you think about forgiving people versus holding a grudge against people? What do I think about it? Well, forgiving people is sometimes easier said than done, but holding a grudge is usually completely not productive, and it usually doesn't make you feel good. So I don't know. I don't really know why that would ever be a good idea to do that if you're able to not do that. Um, if someone has, done something to betray your trust or to make you not like them, then, that's fine. That's a little bit different than straight up holding a grudge and just, you know, harboring resentment towards someone so much that it like affects you. Um, there's a quote about that where it's like, how does it go? Something like holding anger in towards someone is sort of like poisoning yourself and waiting for another person to get sick or something like that. Like it's just completely sort of an irrational thing to do. So, you know, still, live your life in a reasonable way. If you know for a fact that someone is an asshole, then you can react accordingly, but you don't have to let that fucking, stop you from sleeping at night because you're so mad about it. Because it's just not, it's not rational. It doesn't do anything. It's like it literally doesn't benefit you in any way, I don't think. So, like, why would you do it? I did my own laundry in middle school and all my socks were blue and everyone made fun of me. I had a lot of appearance related teasing in middle school because my parents, for a good reason, they refused to like actually buy like the nicer clothes for me because why would you? It's fucking middle school. Plus I had to wear a uniform in middle school, but it was still like, if you wore like the Walmart pants, not even Walmart. I don't even know if Walmart was a thing when I was in middle school. It probably was. It was like sort of just getting big though. Um, but you know, like some people would have like the nice Dickies and like the name brand shoes. I never had none of that shit, and I got made fun of it for it a lot, which is so weird to think about now. Like, why do you like? Who gives a shit? But yeah, and I had to make sure, like, like today I will fucking wear the same T-shirt like every day for like 5 days in a row. I don't give a fuck. But if you did that in middle school, you would be mercilessly fucking destroyed every day you went to school. There's a difference between being a doormat and just like doing things that make your life not suck. I don't agree with the whole doormat theory. You don't like vengeance is not virtuous. I don't think that's a thing that you should seek or be proud of when you have it. Um, Avoiding vengeance does not make you a doormat, in my opinion. I think revenge is I think it's almost as immature as being an asshole in the first place. Oh, yeah, flooding. I was a victim of that too. Because I had a lot of hand me downs from my cousin and stuff too. And a lot of times it didn't fit me correctly. And I had hand me downs from my dad too. And after a while, I got taller than my dad, so it's like fucking A, dude. It's surprising how classist kids can be. Yeah, I don't even think it's classist because I went to a school where it was mostly poor black people. So in my situation, it wasn't even it wasn't even like a thing of classes. It's just people finding. It's just like you you had to set yourself apart, I guess. You had to like establish yourself as someone who was cool at the beginning, and you just did that by tearing everybody else down. And if you missed the boat on that, like I did, then you were just had a fucking bad time the whole time. So, and then I did a bunch of dorky shit too that didn't help my situation. So it was just a hard time. It's a hard time. Hey Casey, everyone is asking why you're not here. Yeah, being a doormat, you don't have to let people take advantage of you, but that's different than vengeance. Like if someone is like completely screwing you over, then there's nothing wrong with like confronting them about that in a tactful way, and even in a stern way if possible or if necessary. But just being like, fucking, I'm gonna slap the shit out your ass. Like I don't think that's that cool. And also, I wasn't really that cute in middle school either. At least according to the girls at that time. So that had a lot to do with it too. Like the boys who were like stereotypically cute or whatever. I'm not sure exactly what they were looking for. Also, when I was in middle school, um, like I said, I went to like a middle school with mostly poor black people, and there were a lot of like people who claimed to be in gangs, which is like really silly to think about because we were like fucking 13. But that was sort of a cool thing, is because you're seen as like a bad boy or something. It's like, yeah, I'm a fucking crip. It's like, no, you're not, dude. You're 12. Just chilling at home tonight. Got work tomorrow. Did your school have cliques? I went to a relatively small middle school and small high school, but my middle school was smaller, and it was the pretty much the only cliques were just like cool people and not cool people, and then like the like three or four white people sort of hung out together. In high school though, there were a lot of cliques. A lot of it had to do with what middle school you went to, because the high school I went to was sort of a mixture of a lot of people from different middle schools, and a lot of people that went to the same middle school like hung out together. But I wasn't like what you would call popular in high school, but I had like a huge friend group because we were just like all the like really like weird people that liked, you know, non-traditional stuff. Like we liked like skateboarding and comic books and anime and shit. And that wasn't like particularly cool, but there was enough of us that liked that kind of shit that that we like hung out together. There's a difference between justice and vengeance. Yeah, but I don't. I think it's pretty easy to think that something is justice when it's not justice. I'm popular in Birmingham. Maybe I'm popular insofar as I probably know a lot of people in a certain scene, but I don't think I'm like I'm not like a person that people are like I want to hang out with that guy. I'm more of like I know who that guy is and he's all right. Or at least that's the way I feel about it. But that's fine. And that's a lot of that is because I like never leave my house. But yeah, in terms of like justice versus vengeance, it's easy to confuse the two. Like an eye for an eye, that's not justice. That's vengeance. Girls in my school like boys who are mean. I just saw that. Well, um, they'll regret that later in life. Don't even worry about it, brother. I'd say I'd say Lacey is popular. Fun fact, I don't know if you knew this, but I went to middle school and high school with Lacey. So, and she was a dork like me in middle school and high school. Well, actually, I don't know. In high school, she started, branching out and doing her own thing. But in middle school, she sat at the end of the table with the dorks like me. What do you think about the new? Oh yeah, I'm super into a new Matrix trilogy. I'm like 100% down for that. You kind of look like Mercutio from Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, I've gotten that before. It's interesting that that is the role that you know that guy from. Usually I'm like, usually it's like, oh, you look like that guy from The Matrix, or you look like that guy from Lost, or you look like that guy from Oz. I've only had one other person bring up Mercutio, and I mean, I guess I can see that more than fucking the chick from Walking Dead. I'm the guy who's always there for people and help them when they need help. I'm not very talkative in school, and some people find me boring. Well, are you not okay with that? If you think that you're boring, then find some things to, you know, be interested in. You can't expect everyone to be into the same shit as you, but you know, no one can call you boring if you've got specific tastes, eclectic tastes. But whether or not people find you boring is like it doesn't matter so much as what do you think. But it's good that you are nice to people and you help people because that's the way to be. Even if it doesn't seem like it now, that's definitely the way to be, and that's gonna take you further in life than not doing that. Trust me on that, please. I've never asked a girl out in my life. Don't even worry about it. Like, well, my a lot of people disagree with me about that sort of thing, so maybe you don't want to listen, but don't even worry about fucking dating people until you're like 24 or something. Like don't even fucking worry about it. It's a waste of time. You're just going to get your heart broken over and over again. So just, you can hang out with people. You can even uh, you know, maybe go on a couple dates or something, but don't search for true romance. This is not the time nor the place for that. Lacey does seem to be sort of a goober. I don't hang out with her that much, but she's fine. I appreciate Lacey because she's one of the few people that hang out in the scene that's like actually my age. So I feel like we have sort of a unspoken connection just because of that. But if you want to ask a girl out, then just do it. It's not like, but if you don't, then you don't do it. Like, if you feel like you have to do it just because society says you have to do it, then that's not the way to think about it. But if you want to do it, then just do it. And, I think that if you want to ask people out, you have to get used to being rejected because you're gonna get rejected a whole lot for various reasons. Sometimes the reasons will be legit and sometimes they won't be. But you're gonna get rejected probably a whole lot. And you need to get used to that because it's gonna happen. So the next time that you do it, you'll sort of understand how the whole thing works. But it's whatever. It's just like I feel like the fact that everyone is so obsessed with like romance and love is just so, it's like, yawn. I mean, I understand the appeal of it. I understand. Trust me. I like women more than probably everybody Um, but I just feel like there's so many things in life to focus on that are just like more worth your time. And then once you get real shit done in your life, then you can start thinking about that sort of stuff. No quality. It's not really a certain age. I say like 24, 25, just because usually at that point you're done with school and probably have a job and and might be actually, in your career or about to be in your career possibly. That's just like a basic age of when adult shit begins happening in your life. But it's not really an age. It's just when you're at a point where you are like financially stable and mentally stable. And I don't think you should even think about dating people before both of those things are the case. But that's just me. I don't fucking know. What do I know? I haven't dated anyone in years, so maybe I'm not the expert, but I'm super happy. So if you're not, then I got that over you. And if you're not because you're not dating someone, then I think you're doing it wrong. Have you noticed that everyone in Birmingham has been on the prowl lately? It's been like everyone is super thirsty. Maybe. Are you talking about both girls and dudes? I guess at least from my perspective, cause I don't know. I don't, like I said, I don't really date people, but I still like go out and try to get people to make out with me. And I actually went for a long time where I was getting like much less female attention than usual, and then it sort of like randomly picked back up. So maybe that's what that maybe the thirst is happening. Yeah, actually, I guess you came in right after Jake left. Jake was in the chat, and he said him and Carter might be hanging out tomorrow. And I guess so. I need to make sure I don't spend all my money because my rent is due this week. or next week at least. But I'm sure I'm down. Whatever. I I'll go and just have a couple beers if I need to. I don't need to spend a bunch of money. I've actually learned how to go to the bar without spending all my money, so that's good. And also, sometimes people buy me drinks because I'm sweet. It's easier when you're financially stable, but relationships are impossible if you're not both emotionally stable. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's impossible, but it's fucking unlikely. I have heard of situations where two crazy people got together and then sort of learned how to not be crazy together. And that can happen, but I wouldn't put money on that sort of situation. Thirstingham, Alabama. Birmingham is just it's such a morose, it's such a small place, and it's such a, it, and I've always thought that just because if you guys haven't noticed, like, I know Christy and Brainworm, these are my two friends in real life, but um we sort of are part of a specific scene, and I don't know if that's the only, you know, young people scene in Birmingham. There's probably other scenes that, you know, we just probably wouldn't fit into, and maybe they have a better time with this whole thing than everybody else. I don't know, but Brainworm is Casey. I guess I didn't exactly establish that. Uh, I did say his name when he first came, but no one would know if you didn't already know that. But I don't know. There's a lot of not unhappy people in Birmingham, which I don't know if that is because of Birmingham. Because I mean, I know several people who are happy, and I actually try to uh, stay around people like that. I've had to sort of limit my time around all of the like fucking bummer ass people that are around here, because it's just not. It doesn't make me happy. Um, but yeah, I would suggest that you get your shit together before you bring your shit into someone else's life. At night I have meltdowns because I don't have a girlfriend. Real? Well, you know, I guess that's, you know, that's the thing about being a teenager. I assume you're a teenager. I think we talked about you being young before. Um, but as much as you say, like, you can tell people anything, but there's just certain, sometimes you just can't fight certain feelings and emotions, even if you know that they're irrational. And I think it's even harder for teenagers to do that. But you should try. Just keep um, keep it in your brain. Try to just let your brain win the war with your heart, because the brain is smarter than your heart. So put your chips on the side of the brain. Have you ever encountered any racism in Alabama? I've never encountered any like straight up overt like direct racism, but like you encounter like subtle racism and that sort of thing like every day. This is part of life. You know, just little stuff like people like cross the street when you walk up to them or something, or like you go to a store and they're like eyes are following you the whole time. That sort of thing happens like pretty commonly all the time. And then just like sometimes people being like, I don't really care that much personally, but occasionally you'll hang out with people and they'll like be relatively insensitive, and that's fine. Like something that you get a lot that I get all the time is like, um, they'll say like I've heard people say like you're not really black, or like you're the whitest black person I know, which is actually like kind of a fucked up thing to say. I don't care that much, especially when I'm pretty sure that they're not actually like actually trying to be racist. But some there is. I think you do have a responsibility to just think a little bit before you say shit. But yeah, that sort of thing. Make it happen, dude. As John Green says, wait, how's it go? He said, no other person is going to fill the holes that are already inside of you. That's not how it works. I made a video about that called "You Complete Me," because you remember in Jerry Maguire where Tom Cruise told Renee Zellweger, "You complete me." See, that's not actually like a thing. That's not real. People don't complete other people. Yeah, I think it's a pretty common thing that people get, which is whatever. Like I don't. I try like I'm all about the intentions of people. A lot of people disagree with me on this, especially people on Tumblr. I try to look at what people are intending to mean by what they say. I don't just automatically be offended by default. I try to figure out like what are they trying to say. I think sometimes people are trying to be assholes and trying to get away with being assholes, but I also think that a lot of times people are just, they're just innocently saying something without much tact, which is fine. Um, so you need to read Looking for Alaska is what it's called. You should read it. It's very good. Looking for Alaska made me cry. It's not as sad as The Fault in Our Stars, though, which I believe you've read. But there are some touching parts to it. My favorite John Green book is Paper Towns. People seem to either usually like Looking for Alaska or The Fault in Our Stars the best, but I like Paper Towns. I just think it's a fun story, and it was like such a page turner for me, and I actually like the characters in it better. Well, I don't know if I like the main character better. That's my out of his protagonists, I like that one the best. The one in Paper Towns. Some of the side characters are like the titular character of Looking for Alaska, whose name is Alaska, is probably my favorite John Green character ever. Like the most well written character. And Looking for Alaska takes place in Alabama, which is cool, and it takes place at a place that's based on Indian Springs School, and I know a lot of people that went to Indian Springs, so I think that's just a cool side bonus of that book. But I actually like someone sent me Paper Towns because that was actually the first one I read too. So that might be another reason why I'm fond of it. But after I read it, I liked it so much that I just legit read all his other books like the next day in one night. And that's one thing that's good about his books. And One of the reasons why I like young adult books a lot because they're usually really easy reads and they're really page turners usually. So um, I read both of those books, and then The Fault in Our Stars. I actually ordered it. I pre-ordered it because I was like, obviously I'm gonna read this. So I pre-ordered it and read it. I actually read it on a plane. Read the whole book on a plane, and got a little teary-eyed. It was. I feel like The Fault in Our Stars is more of a girl book than his other books, but that's fine. It's still very good. Can you borrow? If I can find Paper Towns, I'll let you borrow it. I don't even know where it is. It's probably in here somewhere. I'm very non-confrontational, so I don't show that I'm offended. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I don't know. It just depends on how much your life is affected by this. I'm of the opinion if there's something happening that is making your life harder than it should be, then you should probably change that. But if it's making your life easier, like there's situations where I think it's not really your place to talk about how offended you are and how mad you are. Like, and I think that avoiding doing that will make your life easier in some situations. So that's what I feel like it boils down to. Twitch plays Pokemon now has more viewers than the entirety of League of Legends streamers. That's crazy, dude. Are you going to see the Tifios movie? I'm probably going to see it, although I'm pretty certain that it's going to be terrible. But I feel like I just have to see it because John Green is my like pretty much my role model, and I will support anything he's involved in. So I'll probably see it, but it just I don't know. I don't. I think of his books, that's like the least movie fitting book. Like I don't. I feel like any of his other books could have made a better movie than that one. But I'll probably see it. I'm interested to see how close they're gonna stay to the book and what parts they're gonna like leave in or keep out, because they can't put everything in there. But it looks like it's going to be like pretty close to the book, like, and a lot of the script seems to be like word for word. So that's I guess that's okay. That's the thing. Like a lot of his dialogue is like really unrealistic. So it's hard for me to imagine people saying it. And I watched the trailer, and the trailer sort of made me cringe. Like it looked like really bad. Like I don't know, some of that stuff I don't think it translates very well. But I'll watch it. Whatever. Maybe I can get a a woman to watch it with me, and then when she cries, when during the sad parts, she can lean on my shoulder. I don't actually own Looking for Alaska. I actually checked that one out from the library and read it in like 2 days. But I do own Paper Towns. Abundance of Catherines, I don't own that one either, but I have read it. And that one's good too, but that's my least favorite of his book. Actually, no, that's my least favorite. Will Grayson, which he wrote half of, is also really good, but that's probably my second least favorite. Like I feel like there's looking for Alaska, and then Fault in Our Stars and Paper Towns. I think those three are just a cut above the others. And there's only two others, but they're just not on the same level at all. But they're still good. They're not bad. I think they're worth reading, if only to see like the evolution of John Green's skill as an author. I read my sister's Keep before I saw the movie, and I was confused about why they changed the ending. Yeah, they do that. That's fine. I am much less offended than most people when movies deviate from the books. I'm not exactly sure why that pisses so many people off. Because I feel like, why would you pay some money to see the same story that you already read? Like, I mean, not really that, but it's like, why would you be opposed to seeing a different interpretation? Like, I don't understand why. I've talked about this on the stream before, but I feel like you shouldn't be. I feel like that's like two different things. Like, it's cool to make a completely faithful reenactment or read whatever of a book, and that's cool. That's interesting. I think that's cool. But I think it's also cool to make a new interpretation with the same material. And I don't know why that offends people so much. Bye, Keiko. I don't know if I'm going out tonight, but we'll see. Maybe. If I can get a ride out there, I'll probably go. I might stream for another hour, and then we'll shut it down for tonight. But yeah. Okay, I'm actually gonna go to the bathroom real quick, so I'll be right back. Hey guys, I'm back. The X-Men movie chronological storylines have me fucked up. Oh, I also I wanted to ask you guys, where's everybody from? I know there's a lot of familiar faces in here, and I've asked you this already, but I try to ask every stream just to see where everybody's from. What city and country are you from? I'm kind of hungry again. Think about salad. I like get hungry again really soon after eating it, even though I ate a fucking huge salad. I don't really know what the X-Men chronology is supposed to be like in order. I know that the X-Men movies, or at least the first three, were based on actual story events, but they sort of were. They took a little bit of liberty in terms of how things work. I feel like it's getting late, so a lot of the international people probably aren't here anymore, if they were at all. Tokyo, there's somebody outside of North America. Oh, and there's the United Kingdom. Cool. It's like, isn't it like 4 in the morning in the United Kingdom? It's pretty nuts. So, but yeah, just for all those that don't know, I'm gonna try to do a live stream. Well, maybe I'll live stream tomorrow because I have friends that are talking about hanging out. So I might do a special, super special pregame live stream tomorrow. But if even if I don't, I'm gonna try to live stream every Friday, and then maybe once a month I will do a super special live stream marathon, which a couple of you I think tuned in for. Um, and that's where I stream for at least 12 hours. I did it once and it was very successful, and then people seem to be into it, so I'll do it again. Like I said, just shooting things at the wall and seeing what sticks. People seem to be okay with the live streams. I haven't had anyone tell me, fucking, I hate your fucking live streams, don't do it anymore. Haven't had anything like that yet, so I think it's going alright. And it's just something to keep, just something cool to do in between videos, because I'm working on improving the frequency of my videos. I should have that. I should be making more videos more often soon, but it's something to have, in between. Is the Jesus in the bottom right corner intentional? No, we were actually talking about that earlier. Christy brought up how it looks like there's a dude with a turban on in the bottom of the screen. That's pretty crazy, though. I said I was going to draw it. I think after I do this video, I'm going to freeze frame it and draw it. And Christy wanted me to name it after her, so we'll name it. You ever notice that pretty much all national anthems are European-style marching band music? I don't know if that's true for all national anthems, but it could be a lot of the ones we know are like that because they're often played by large marching band type bands and orchestras and stuff, just because they want them to be epic and shit, and B, because fucking Europe conquered like the entire world, and most countries in the world were at one point conquered by some European empire, so it makes sense that the national anthems would have a European influence. It's very different watching Kevin in the video than live. Who agrees? I agree. It's probably that way for pretty much everybody. Maybe. I don't like. I'm not really. I don't think I'm much of a. I don't know. It's like that with some people. Like I don't think I'm just a dude really. I don't consider myself a like an actor or a comedian or a fucking scholar or anything. I'm just like a dude. And like for example, like if I was a comedian or if I was just like a super, you know, type of person, like if you watch a comedian, they're pretty much always like just funny and making jokes all the time, like even in normal conversation. And I don't know. I'm a pretty silly person. I make a lot of jokes, but I am also often very serious. But in my videos, I'm sort of forced to be entertaining the whole time. Like I wouldn't release a video in which there was part of it that wasn't entertaining. But in the live stream, I can't cut out the non-entertaining parts. I can't cut out the silences. So it's always going to be a little bit different. And also, usually in the live streams like this, I'm just sort of in a really relaxed, chill mode. Whereas in the videos, I'm like standing up and I'm like screaming and I'm like making jokes and shit. So Canada, I think the only national anthems that I know are America's and Canada's, and I think I know the Great Great Britain national anthem. I don't know. I've actually always wanted to try stand up comedy, and maybe one day I will, but I just don't know if I could actually deal with the instant feedback that you get from standing in front of people. Like if I like if I just totally bombed one day, I think I'd just be like super super sad and just want to go to bed. You're the only live stream that I can watch more than 5 minutes, let alone the few hours of yours I do watch. Well, that's cool. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I've had people. I mean, some people. I've had some people tell me that my live streams are boring, but um, it's just if you just like the stuff that we talk about and like to hear what I say about stuff, then you'd like it. Like there's some people that I'll watch a live stream for, and some people that I won't. I'm subscribed to a lot of people who do live streams. I follow a lot of Twitch channels, but there's only certain ones that I like always click, like no matter when they're on. And then there's some that I just click in sometimes, like um, like there's a guy. I don't know if any of you follow the League of Legends community, but there's a guy called Sky Williams who's like a comedian, but he plays League of Legends, and he's fucking hilarious. And every time he goes live on Twitch, I go watch him if I'm able to, just because he's super entertaining. And then there's a professional League of Legends player called Voyboy who streams, and I watch him pretty much every time I see him go live, just because he's entertaining, but mainly he's really informative. And I play League of Legends a lot, so I find it very informative to watch him. But then there's other people like Trick2G and Night Blue and other people who are cool, but I don't feel like I want to sit there and watch them for hours. So I don't know. Different people just have different tastes. That's very interesting to me too, because I've had people say like, "Dude, you're my favorite YouTuber," which is like, to me that's so bizarre because I'm like nowhere near even close to being the best YouTuber, or even close, not even the close to being the best YouTuber in my genre. And that, honestly, I think that's like objectively true. But different people just have different tastes, and some people resonate with certain things more than others. It's pretty interesting. Did your middle or high school make you stand and do the national anthem in the mornings? We didn't have to do the national anthem, but we did have to do the Pledge of Allegiance, I think, in middle school. I know I had to do it in elementary school. I think I had to do it in middle school. I didn't have to do it in high school, though. See, I feel like if I did stand-up comedy, I would try, like, really weird, like... I would try to, like, just sort of break the mold in terms of joke writing and stuff. I think I would try to be a little more creative than the average comedian. Just try to make just interesting jokes instead of just, like, saying shit that's true. Because, I mean, that's, that's cool, but I'd like to try something different. Many successful YouTubers are obnoxious. I like your laid back setting. Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily mean successful when I say good, but most people who are good are successful eventually. But there's a lot of people less successful than me that are better than me. And I actually try to share these people as much as I can on like Facebook and Tumblr and stuff. I just shared this channel called Amanda's Chronicles, her videos are better than mine. I think they're just objectively better, and she only has like maybe like 19,000 subscribers, and then like my friend O Paris, who I've mentioned a lot, she only has like 7,000 subscribers, and her videos are way better than mine. Like, it's not even close. I mean, she's sort of a different genre than me, so if you're not interested in her genre, I can see. But I think just all things being equal, her videos are better than mine. Okay, I missed a lot of things. I watched some of Critical's Babysitter Bloodbath. I've never seen that particular one, but Critical is fucking hilarious. That dude is so funny. Like, I've like marathoned his videos one day, just watched like 10 of them in a row. And he's got like that really super monotone deadpan delivery, which just makes shit funnier. What's up, guys? This is Critical. Opinion on school children doing the Pledge of Allegiance. I don't think they should be forced to do it. I don't like that they often force you to do it. But if they want to do it and kids want to do it, then that's fine. But if the kids don't want to do it, or if the parents don't want their kids to do it, then they should be allowed to do that. I think the Pledge of Allegiance. First of all, I think a Pledge of Allegiance in general is just the most bizarre, wacky thing I've ever heard of. And I've actually heard of other people in other countries, like, because they don't do that in other countries, I don't think. At least not most, developed countries. And like, people are like, they make you do that? Like, that's fucking bizarre. Like, a Pledge of Allegiance. That's like, that makes me think like you're fucking joining the fucking Darth Vader and the Emperor. You're pledging allegiance. Like, that's fucking stupid. And then our actual Pledge of Allegiance is a little bit problematic, because you're pledging allegiance to a flag, which is, I know that's like a fucking metaphor or a metonym, if I'm being more specific. Google it. But that's still a little bit bizarre. And then the under God part, which is, I don't care that much, but it still implies that, you're agreeing that there is a God, which if you don't agree that there's a God, then you shouldn't have to say it. So, I do like Bo Burnham. I was actually thinking of Bo Burnham when I was talking earlier. I don't think he's like the funniest dude ever, but he's like a genius. Like he is, stretching the boundaries of what is stand-up comedy, and I think that's cool. You find PewDiePie super obnoxious, and he's like the biggest YouTuber ever. He is the biggest YouTuber ever. He's not like the biggest YouTuber. He is. I like PewDiePie though. I don't watch his videos all the time, but when I do, I usually find them pleasant. He seems like a very kind and gentle guy. Yeah, when I was a kid, I was just like, whatever, I pledge allegiance to the flag. But just thinking about it as an adult, it's like the most bizarre, crazy thing ever. Like, really? It is brainwashing. I'm pretty sure that's the reason for it, is to fucking just program you into fucking being a unquestioning patriot. There you go. That's what a metonym is. The substitution of the name of an attribute or adjunct for that of the thing meant. And in that case, the flag is a metonym for America. Yeah, I don't even really understand why PewDiePie got so popular. Like I can see him being successful because I think he's very consistent, and he's relatively humorous, and he makes good quality videos, and he's much more energetic and just, more funny than most game channels, but fucking 20 million subscribers, like that is absurd. I don't even understand how that even happens. Like I don't know what it is about him that got him that many subscribers. That's crazy. Cuz there's a lot of gaming channels that are really successful and have been going for a long time. Like the Yogscast, like fucking Captain Sparkles, and a lot of people. And each of them has over 1 million subscribers. But fucking 20 million? I think he's at 20 million now. If not 20 million, he's almost there, which is fucking crazy. But, more power to him. I'm not hating. I wish him as much success and as much subscribers as possible. It's just crazy to me. Isn't there supposed to be a separation of church and state? There's supposed to be, but a lot of people don't want there to be. Yeah, I've actually seen the game theory video about PewDiePie, and it makes sense. But I just feel like it just still doesn't seem to explain just how huge he is. It's so crazy, but it's all good. You guys, like, I'm sure you guys understand that he makes a lot of money, but you probably can never understand until you actually make YouTube videos and actually make money from YouTube videos to understand just how much fucking money he makes. Like, YouTubers are not allowed to discuss how much money they make, but trust me, it's a fucking lot. And I know that because I can compare my views to my earnings and then compare that to his views and just imagine what his earnings are. It's fucking crazy. But that's the dream, man. That's why I'll never hate on anyone that's being successful, especially being successful doing something that they love to do. because that is the dream that we all want. And he's doing it, and he's doing it real big. I don't know if I'm ever going to reach 20 million subscribers, but we've got a long way to go. 20 million is a bit crazy. It could happen, but, you know, it happened pretty much overnight for both him and Jenna Marbles. Like they were nobodies like 3 years ago. So it can happen pretty quickly. But, you know, I'm not really expecting that, but you know, we can definitely make some moves. Cuz like someone said, it is a snowball effect. The more subscribers and views you have, the more you're going to get later. That's just how YouTube works. Like if it even works within a channel, like I'll look at my analytics, my most viewed videos every day, every single day, every week are still the most viewed. Like there's never going to be a day unless something random happens. There's never going to be a day where, like, you know, some video that only has 3,000 views is just going to be the most viewed video for that day. It's always the videos that already have a whole lot of views, because that's just how YouTube works. YouTube has figured out I guess the algorithm that makes them the most money if those videos keep getting shared. So YouTube suggests those videos over and over again, and they keep getting more and more views. And that's how it works with individual videos, and that's how it works with channels overall. Like PewDiePie, every time you go to the homepage of YouTube, you'll probably see something like suggesting you watch like PewDiePie or fucking Jenna Marbles or Smosh. You'll always see that, because that's just, they keep constantly getting promoted, and it's just a snowball effect. So we're gonna see big things. My goal, like someone asked me last live stream, do I think I'll get 100,000 subscribers before the year's over? And I'm like, we can get more than that, son. I feel like I have like a good feeling about this year. I think this is gonna be a big year for me. So just remember it. You guys were here first, all right? I wonder how long he'll be able to keep doing it. Who, PewDiePie? He can do it for as long as he needs to, because he makes, like, you know, usually when you get started in a business or something like that, you usually like work, and then you work your way up, and then you just, over time, you get to a point where you're actually making a good, decent living, and then you can retire. But PewDiePie, he makes enough per year where he could retire like today if he wanted to. So he can do it for as long as he wants. All I can say is it would be cool if he's using his, you know, notoriety and his money to make cool things happen in the world, which I know he's doing. Like he's had like charity drives and stuff, so that's really cool. But that's the only thing I can ask for. You know, if you've made it big, please do your best to give back, because not everyone else has that opportunity. There's a lot of people struggling. Yeah, I also often go to most popular videos, but you know, the way thinking about it now, I don't know if that's actually the best way to go about it, because those videos stay the most popular just because YouTube forces them to stay the most popular. So there might be a lot of hidden gems in there. But you know, if you're gonna choose one, you know, I'd probably either go with the most popular or the most recent. Most recent, or like the most recent 2 or 3, I think would be a better indication of what you're likely to get. Yeah, it is against Google's terms for you to discuss how much money you make. I mean, you can talk about it in general terms, but you can't directly tell anyone how much money you make. And they're actually very serious about that. Like they will fucking suspend your fucking AdSense account if they found out you were doing that. Google's really serious about their AdSense and stuff like that. They don't want any sort of fraud or any foul play going on. I just check out channels that people I'm already subbed to liked. I wonder that, yeah, I think a lot of people do that. Back way back in the day, um, when I had like maybe like 500 subscribers, one of my friends who is Trey Mo Show 2 on YouTube. I don't know if you've heard of him. He's just a comedian on YouTube. He's gotten pretty big. He's got over 100,000 subscribers now. But he liked, and I know him personally, and he just liked one of my videos once, and just that alone, I got like 100 subscribers off that. So I've been trying to just do sort of that sort of thing myself. This is something I posted this on Facebook, but I want to tell you guys this too. If you are on any website, not just YouTube, but uh, particularly YouTube and Facebook, if you are on YouTube or Facebook or anywhere on the internet, and you see something that that you like, please click the like button. Whatever it is, like, favorite, +1, upvote, whatever, do that. It doesn't seem like that big a deal, but that is how the internet learns what people want. And especially on YouTube, that's how YouTube learns who they should promote and stuff like that. So anytime you see anything that you just like it. Just get into the habit of looking for a like button and just clicking it. You if you want to support someone, that is a very easy, free way to do it. I try to tell people. I try to reiterate this because a lot of people feel bad when they don't have enough money to donate or something like that. But dude, if you just favorite, comment a video, that really helps. It really does. I'm not just saying that. And so I encourage you to just get into the habit of liking, favoriting, commenting, upvoting. This is particular on YouTube. YouTube liking and favoriting and commenting, it does a lot. Facebook, liking, commenting, and favoriting Facebook posts, or not favoriting, but liking and commenting on favorite and sharing Facebook posts really helps those posts get more exposure. It really does. So do that. Reddit, you probably know this already if you know anything about Reddit, but clicking upvote on any post you like is super big for it. So do that. And then most blogs have somewhere on there where you can like or share or upvote or something. So just try. I encourage you to get into the habit of doing that because it really helps. Seriously. What's a smaller channel that I would give a shout out to? Let's see. Okay, I know one. Well, I don't know what you consider small, but I'll just say smaller than me. Another one is William Haynes TV. He has 13,000 subscribers, which is probably not small to a lot of you, but it's small relative to anyone who's popular on YouTube, and it's much smaller than me. William Haynes TV. Another person whose videos are much better than mine, but doesn't have more subscribers. So it's William William Haynes Haynes TV, and he's just a YouTube comedian. He's a young guy, and his videos are fucking awesome. And it's a goddamn shame that he's not doesn't have hundreds of thousands of subscribers because he's of that quality. I know for a fact that he's gonna blow up one day, but he hasn't hit there yet. So that's a small YouTuber that I'm going to suggest. How many channels have I subbed to? I'm subscribed to like over like 600 YouTube channels. It's actually pretty bad. I need to go in there and like fix it and curate it because it's pretty bad. I'm subscribed to just way too many people. There's just too many. There's too many good channels, and YouTube is sort of my life right now. So I'm always on YouTube, and I always find new people to subscribe to like every day. So. Do I think one day the biggest celebrities will be YouTube celebrities? I don't know about that. Just because money still talks, Film studios, TV studios, record companies, they still have all the money. Will they invest that money into YouTube? Maybe to some point. But movie stars, YouTubers are never going to be as big as movie stars. Some YouTubers might become movie stars. Like Justin Bieber is an example of a YouTuber that became a huge fucking pop star. So, but most people don't consider Justin Bieber a YouTuber. But he was. He legit 100% was a YouTuber. Just a kid posting songs on YouTube. So, that sort of thing can happen. But will someone who's just known as a YouTuber be that big? I don't know. It's hard to imagine, but who knows what can happen in the future. What kind of stuff do I do? What kind of just sub? You seem cool. What kind of stuff do I do? Well, in terms of my YouTube channel, I make video blogs about various topics. Usually they have something to do with social dynamics and just like interacting with human beings, often relationship advice and things like that. But I also talk about just other things that you may encounter in your life. Like I did a video about drinking alcohol recently because that's just a thing that people might encounter. I did a video about advice for people going to college, stuff like that. Just little videos. And then other than that, I do a lot of shit on the internet. I do these live streams. I'm gonna start doing them once a week. I have a twitch.tv gaming channel where you can watch me play video games. I have all kind of social media, pretty much anything you could ask for. And the screen name for pretty much all of them is The One Janitor, just like my YouTube name. I have one of those is my Tumblr, which also functions as my website, which is theonejanitor.com. And on there is a lot of stuff that you can do or that you can look at. I have a t-shirt shop. I have an email address, which is in the description of the video. You can email me just to say hi if you like. So there's a lot of stuff going on. So we're going to go for just about 30 more minutes. I'm going to end it. It's 10:30 here. I'm going to end it around 11. I'm going to go eat me a tangerine or some shit. And then decide if I'm going to go to the bar. But yeah, I do a lot of stuff on the YouTubes and on the internet. That's why I don't call myself a YouTuber. I mean, I am a YouTuber, but usually if someone asks me what I do, I just say I'm an internet dude. I'm an internet guy. It's hard for me. It's always hard for me when people ask me like what I do. People are like, "What do you do?" That's how you know. By the way, that's how you know you're an adult is when people stop asking you where do you work and they start asking you what do you do. And it's hard for me to explain to people what I do if they don't know that this is a thing that people do, which is, most people I encounter don't seem to know that. My t-shirt shop is theonejanitor.com/store. It is operated from Spreadshirt. I can show it to you, I believe. Or you can go to theonejanitor.spreadshirt.com if that's easier to remember, but I don't see how it would be. Yeah, so this is my t-shirt shop. And you see, like, I've got, I don't know if you can see it very well, but yeah, I got That's Just Me shirts. This one, I really like this one. I need to get one of these. I actually don't own most of these myself, but I have like 2 of them. Cause they don't make them until someone orders them, but I can order them at a discount because they're mine. But I like this one a whole lot. Holla, I like this one too. This one, I really, this is like my favorite one. This Holla with the outline. I don't know if you can see it well, but no one has ordered that one yet. I don't know. I guess people don't think it's as cool as I think it. But I like it. And then another That's Just Me Though. My hair is awesome. The My Hair is Awesome one is the most popular so far. Probably because it's the one that I wear all the time in my videos because I love it. But yeah, that's what my t-shirt shop looks like. Occasionally I might, or not occasionally, but eventually I might add more products besides just t-shirts, like posters or like, maybe other types of clothing, but we'll see. Have I ever thought about doing an advice corner or something of those sorts? What do you mean by that? What's an advice corner? Tangerines are the jam, man. But yeah, that link is theonejanitor.com/store. Easy enough to remember, right? If you don't live in the United States, it's a little bit expensive because there are extra shipping and handling fees and stuff like that. But as of right now, there's nothing I can do about that. But I intend to address that in the future once I get more resources and things like that. Mugs, yeah, I was thinking about adding mugs. I haven't had very many people ask for a mug. So, but I believe I can do that. I think I can do that on Spreadshirt. But I was very concerned about not making the t-shirts like super expensive because I've like gone to merch stores for different YouTubers and they'll try to sell you t-shirts for like $35 or something, and I think that is just a little bit absurd. Like $35 plus shipping. And I understand, that's merch. That is people are sort of paying for more than just a t-shirt. They're paying for just the specialness of having a t-shirt belonging to someone that you really admire. That's fine. But I can't really, maybe because I'm poor myself, but I can't bring myself to charge people that much for a t-shirt. I could make a lot of money if I did that, um, but I just don't really feel right doing it. Where does your name come from? The one janitor? I'll tell you later. Do you smoke weed? Occasionally, not really very often. I haven't smoked weed in like maybe over a year. I'm not opposed to smoking weed though, which may be a more fitting question. I'm kind of old. I don't wear printed T-shirts anymore. Yeah, well, I mean, I know there's a lot of people my age that don't, or and younger that don't wear T-shirts. But that's just a thing. That's just like a common thing. A lot of people wear T-shirts, so I can make you a mug if you want it. If you wanted a mug, I can make you one. If you like legit wanted one, I'd make one. Because it's not really that hard to offer it. Hello, Abineth. Oh, well, actually, a lot of the videos that I do are based on comments and questions that I get. I don't often, usually, I don't like say at the beginning, like, this, because a lot of times the questions are coming from a lot of people, so I just make the video. But yeah, almost all of my videos are based on comments and questions that I get. Uh, I'm new and love your channel. Thank you, Andy Abrams. There's a couple new people in the live stream today. It's pretty cool. I can't believe you caught up to the comments. Well, the comments have really slowed down lately, so it's been easy to catch up. You just watched the game theory video on PewDiePie. Yeah, if I was like moved to a different country, that maybe that would help. But that's not gonna happen anytime soon because I'm super poor. I look like Wooly. I don't know if I look like Wooly, but we both have dreads though. I love Wooly. He's fucking hilarious. I feel like he's become the star of Two Best Friends play, even though he's not one of the original Two Best Friends. This is, and yeah, I gathered that was Annabeth. What does my left pinky toe look like? Also make a video with me. I don't know how to describe what my left pinky toe look like. I have like my toes. Have you ever seen like I think it's a thing that happens to a lot of people, but like my pinky toe is like the nail gets too big for the toe. So I have to like constantly I have to keep the nail cut all the time or else it'll just like be this gross fucking upgrowing nail because there's no room on the face of the toe for the nail to actually sit. But that's both of my toes. One thing that's interesting about my feet is that one of my feet is like noticeably bigger than the other one, and I'm not exactly sure why that is. I feel like a long time ago when I was a kid, I like fucked up one of my feet and it got swollen, but it never exactly shrunk back to the original size. It just stayed a little swollen and never changed. But it's like noticeably bigger if you actually sit and look at it. It's pretty interesting. I'd love to make a video with you though. I've made a couple of videos with guest stars in it. How about you always put in the live stream a link up to a video saying how you got your name? I don't know if I'm gonna do that. A, because I don't remember where it is. I don't remember what video it's in. But I think it's pretty funny to just fuck with you guys about that and just never tell you. I mean, I'll probably tell you one time. I think in one of the old pregame live streams, I explained the meaning of my name, and it's a really boring story, and that's another reason why I don't tell it, because it's like super boring. But if you have hours of free time, you can go back and watch the first few pregame live streams, and it's in one of them. I don't think it's the first one. I'll give you that, but it's in one of those. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. But that you can go search that if you want. There may be another place where you can find the answer to that, but maybe not. What was my first job? My first job was being a fry cook at Arby's. And it was actually pretty awesome because I was like 16 and I only worked 2 hours a day. I worked 5 days a week, 2 hours a day. And I was 16, so I had no bills. I was staying with my dad for the summer. I had no bills, no expenses. So that was awesome for me. I only had to work 2 hours a day. And it was awesome. I just, I made like $130 every 2 weeks, and it was sick. Like, that was like way more money than I knew what to do with when I was 16. This is the internet, so why would moving to another country help you get more subs? Just the way that YouTube works. I can't remember exactly how they explained it, but just the way that the YouTube algorithms work. Like switching, like basically YouTube caters your videos to people that live in your country. So like, for example, PewDiePie. Well, I don't remember where the fuck he lives, but say you live in Sweden, your videos will show up more for Swedish people than for other people. So, but then say like, so now that algorithm is working in your favor, and not only Swedish people, but in the surrounding countries and stuff like that. Your videos will show up more for them than other people. But then say you move to Sweden and you move to the United States. And that may be exactly what PewDiePie. I don't know if he lives in the United States. I think he lives in Canada. I can't remember where he lives. But anyway, you move to another country. So now YouTube's like, okay, now your location has changed. So let's switch up the algorithm so that your videos now appear a lot to people that live where you are now. But the algorithm of that was already working for you in the other country has already got the gears moving. So you've already got this snowball going over here, and you've got another snowball starting over here. And that's like, basically that's one of the reasons that they theorize that PewDiePie became so popular, because he was international in the first place, and then he moved. And so he had basically two snowballs rolling, while most people only have one snowball rolling. How often do I do a live stream? Before now it's been relatively sporadic. In terms of live streams like this on YouTube, I'm going to try to do them once a week, probably every Friday. And I'm going to do a live stream marathon once a month, and that's just gonna be like an all-day event where I stream for like 12 hours. I did it once last month, or was it this month? I think it was last month, or maybe it was this month. I don't fucking know. Anyway, I did it this month, and it was awesome, and people were into it. So I'm gonna try to do that once a month. It was fun. Yeah, that is more specific to he. Emerald Emprise explained more of exactly how that worked for PewDiePie. I forgot about the fact that he does speak English. That does have a lot to do with it. All that affects the YouTube algorithm. Because they want to show your videos to the people that they think are most likely to want to see it. And since he has so many different things about him that appeals to people, like living in Sweden, and then moving to Italy, and then speaking English, that's like 3 snowballs rolling for him. Not even just 2. And that's why like someone said maybe if I moved to a different country that would help me out, and it probably would, honestly. Um, as long as I moved into a country where, or unless I learned a different language, or if I moved to a country that where English was a highly spoken language. And I'm pretty sure English is pretty widely spoken in Sweden. Like if you want to be like that popular on YouTube, I think you pretty much have to speak English because most people who watch YouTube videos are from the United States. There's a lot of non-English speaking YouTubers that are really popular. Don't get me wrong, but if you want to get like top 5, I feel like you have to speak English. But there's like, let me see, like Hola Soy Herman is like one of the top. Yeah,
Hola, soy Germán y te he puesto.
he's one of the he basically breaks that tradition that I don't know what I'm trying to say. He is an exception to what I just said because he's one. I think he's top 10 and he's a all Spanish channel. So I guess I could be wrong about that. I just thought about him while I was saying that. But yeah. Spanish is probably a good language too because that's spoken in quite a few countries. How do I feel about crappy grammar on the internet? I don't give a shit. I actually made a video about that. I don't give a shit and I don't see why anybody gives a shit. Uh, as long as what is said is understood, then that's really the only thing that matters. And honestly, I think sometimes things look cooler or look more interesting when they're not, typed correctly. Thoughts on relationships and your experience with them. I feel like you were here when we were talking about relationships earlier. Um, my experience with relationships. Um, well, I haven't like when you're talking about like dating people, I haven't like legit dated anyone in a long time, and that's like mostly on purpose. But the relationships I was in, I did learn a lot about like myself and like how to not treat people. But I also learned a lot about how um, basically when you're just spending your life, girl crazy and just focused on trying to date people, it just like really distracts you from things that actually matter and things that actually like make your life better, like making money or you know having hobbies and stuff. So that's why I haven't really focused too hard on finding relationships. Like I said earlier, I mean I love women just like probably more than most people but it's more of a side fun thing for me. It's not like my life's purpose like it is for some other people. moved to LA. That that does seem to be a smart thing to do for people, for pretty much anyone that's in the entertainment industry. But pretty like almost every fucking YouTuber lives in LA now. Like it's crazy. But again, that's not anything that's happening anytime soon because I'm super broke and I can't afford to move anywhere. Do I watch Doctor Who? No. I did a video where I watched one episode of Doctor Who and reacted to it, and I actually liked it, but I did not watch any other after that. I don't watch anything on TV, though. It's nothing against Doctor Who. I just don't watch anything because I don't feel like it. And plus, I just spend so much time doing internet stuff that I don't have time to do anything else, really. Thoughts on Markiplier? I don't think I know who that is. Is that a YouTuber? Oh, it's another gaming channel. I've never actually watched any of these guys' videos. One of the beautiful things about the internet is worldwide communication. You got to keep that intact with good grammar. But I think that it's incorrect. I think it's like wildly disingenuous to say that bad grammar makes communication not work because it clearly doesn't. Otherwise, the internet would never work ever anywhere. But it does okay. Texting would be not possible if that was the case, but texting is huge. I love to text. I text people all the time. Thoughts on Anonymous? Anonymous is definitely a double-edged sword. I like that the way that they can serve justice in ways that normal legal entities cannot, but in the same way they can also cause chaos in ways that other entities cannot, and so it just can go either way. Overall, I'm okay with Anonymous being a thing. That may just be one of those things where you have to take the good with the bad. Alright, it's about 11. If you have any more questions, you can ask them now, but I'm gonna start wrapping this up. Wrapping up the live stream. Because the questions and comments have sort of slowed down. Although there's like more people here now than there were a few minutes ago, so I don't know. I feel like a lot of people just came, which is unfortunate because I'm going to leave soon. I've been streaming for 3 hours. If I was, I don't know. Last week I streamed for more like 4 or 5 hours, so this one's a little shorter, but you know, it's about that time. Thoughts on life? Now that is a very, very broad question. Our smartphones correct our grammar half the time anyway. Yeah, I suppose, but not all the time. And we often intentionally use poor grammar just because it's quicker, or poor spelling. I know I do. It's whatever. Scariest thing you've experienced? I don't know. Probably the time that I had an asthma attack, like a super severe asthma attack, and I thought I was going to die when I was a kid. Fortunately, I don't have asthma anymore, but I did when I was a kid. and it like I had like a super bad asthma attack, and I like couldn't breathe, and I was like pretty sure you have to breathe to stay alive. So like, what the fuck is about to happen to me? My roommate is not here, but I probably wouldn't bring her in anyway, because you said that kind of creepily. Who's the hottest celebrity? My current celebrity crushes are Kerry Washington and Aubrey Plaza and Alice Eve. Those are probably my top three right now. Especially Alice Eve. She's adorable. But I don't know if it is. I don't know. Those are just my crushes. They're not necessarily who I think are like the number one hottest ever, but those are just who I'm like completely enamored with right now. I also like Jenny Slate a lot. That's someone that I've been super into lately. She's like super fucking adorable. Am I going to bed? Probably not. I'm thinking about going to hang out with some friends here in a little bit, but we'll just have to see how that goes. But I'm also like kind of hungry. My Twitter is the same as my YouTube name, the one janitor. Twitter is the one janitor. Tumblr is the one janitor. Facebook is the one janitor. Reddit is the one janitor. Instagram is the one janitor. It's all the one janitor. Why do so many people keep coming and leaving? Um, I don't know. It just it. I think the watching now thing, it updates like instantly. So like if you close the window, if you refresh the window, I think it drops the number down for a second. If you close the window even for a second, it drops the number down. Um, and then I think just people are leaving and coming at the same rate. You know. When it comes to music, I don't. It's hard for me to talk about music because I don't really listen to music a whole lot. I just listen to stuff that I already liked already. I don't have a particular genre that I like. I probably listen to hip hop and classic rock more the most out of all the genres, but I like all of them pretty much. Um, and when it comes to favorite artists, it's just like shit that I already liked growing up. So like, it's Outkast and like White Stripes and Weezer and shit. And some of these bands that I like don't even exist anymore, like System of a Down and Nirvana. So, and arguably Outkast because they haven't made anything in a long time. I think they're supposed to be coming out with something, but I don't know. And yeah, someone asked about my name, the one janitor, and I'll just tell you later. That was the answer that I gave. Was that I'll tell you later. You gonna binge watch my videos tonight? Okay. Well, there's over 100 of them, but the old ones aren't good, and I kind of wish people didn't watch them. But then I also, it's like why leave them up if you don't want people to watch them? So I'm ambivalent about that. But it's I think it's cool to see just like where I've come and how like bad I actually used to be at YouTube, because I feel like I'm like a lot better now than I used to be. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and get on out of here. Thanks everybody that came to the stream. Thank you everybody that donated. I love you all. Um, like I said, I'm gonna try to stream every Friday around this time. I started this 3 hours ago, so around that time, 3 to 4 hours prior to what time it is now. Um, And I guess that's it. I don't know when I'm going to do the next live stream marathon. I should have a new video coming up. I should be playing some games on Twitch. Twitch.tv/the1janitor. If you are interested in watching me play video games, you can go there and follow me on there. Make an account if you don't have one. And it'll email you whenever I get on. Or you could just, follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and I always tell Facebook and Twitter when I get on Twitch. So, I think we're good. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Holla. I guess I should look at the camera. It's weird because it's on this side. The comments are over here, but the camera's right here. So it's a little impersonal because I'm not actually looking at you. But I guess when I actually say goodbye, I should say, look at the camera and say holla. Bye.